and welcome to this Scottish Farm Advisory Service vlog, in which we're following a mixed arable, beef and sheep farm as it works towards improving its efficiency and reducing its carbon footprint. Owned by the Birkbeck family, Hoddom and Kinmount estate near Annan in Dumfries and Galloway farms over 2,000 hectares including woodland. Charlesfield is the main farming unit, which is farmed along with 6 other land blocks. The land blocks are all within a 5-kilometre radius. The land ranges from around 10 metres above sea level to just above 130 metres above sea level, and the soil type is mainly clay loam.
I'm the farm manager at H&K Farms on Hoddom and Kinmount estate, and I've been here just about approximately 2 years. We're farming just over 3,000 acres. It's growing grass for an AD plant that we have on site here. We grow wheat, barley, both spring and winter. We've got triticale, spring beans. We have a few different crops such as miscanthus, and we've got a bit of willow as well. We use quite a chunk of our cereals, and we make a lot of whole crop cereals and whole crop beans, which we feed to our own cattle. We're rolling grain, rolling wheat, rolling barley, and we're trying to sell it into the local market. We've switched over the past 2 years into sort of more multi-cut type grasses, high sugar grasses. I feel they just respond better to the fertiliser and digestate, and they give a more consistent heading date and a very good yielding as well. So we're probably able to use less acres to provide the same amount of silage for the AD plant. We trialled a couple of fields of red clover, 3 fields of red clover in, 2 for silage for the AD plant. So initially it did get some nitrogen for its first application along with the digestate. For the second cut it's only had digestate, so we're hoping there's enough nitrogen to grow the grass in it as well as the clover. And at the minute it's in its second year and it's looking very successful. We've got 140 odd suckler cows. We've got land here that definitely suits grazing with cows and calves, mostly parkland, and they do utilise some of the poorer forages off the sort of rougher areas, older grasses, permanent pastures, odds and sods that we cut and make bales of. We've got a new enterprise just started where we're taking dairy bred calves in at 5 months old, and we'll keep them, graze them and finish them before they go off at under 24 months with a target of about 20 months old. And we've got a flock of just over 1,000 ewes producing prime lambs. And again, the sheep use some of the land that's less suitable for arable, and it's more permanent pasture, steeper, maybe a bit more rock in the ground. The digestate which we get tested is quite rich in nitrogen and potash, a bit of phosphate as well. We tend to find you're putting a lot less of that on than you would a dairy cow slurry to grow your grass. It's quite concentrated. It does produce a lot of grass, and maybe we probably don't use as much nitrogen as a lot of farms would producing multi-cut silage. The critical bit for the arable is actually getting farmyard manure back into the soil for the arable rotation. So we've got quite a lot of manure coming out of our own cattle sheds, and we've also started collaborating a little bit with some of the neighbours. If we reduce the amount of carbon we're releasing, hopefully we're being more efficient. Each crop and the livestock work together, the AD plant works together, we're reducing the amount of inputs we're having to buy. We're not going down the precision route here yet, but I think that is probably what we should be looking at, especially in the soil mapping and probably in variable inputs as well. The technology is out there, certainly to variable rate, even the digestate onto the land on the back of soil testing. A lot of land around the soilways high in phosphates. We're also putting on phosphates from our manures. So if we can even up potash levels, even sulphur and nitrogen, as well as increasing the organic matter as well, that's quite important.